Oh, hi, it's me, your boy, and I'm coming at you from the film library, or the Virgin Layer, as my wife calls it. So I want to do a video today about how I make special editions of my favorite movies that don't necessarily have special editions. I feel like a lot of people's favorite movies aren't the big blockbusters or Oscar bait movies or anything like that. You know, where a studio would traditionally release a special edition. A lot of the times, your favorite movies or movies that are really special to you are just the ones that are kind of catalog titles that are just thrown on Blu-ray with a couple special features. And being such a huge fan of movies that I am, I like to have really nice, pristine packaging for the movies that I love. So to give an example of what I'm talking about, I made my own special edition of Pet Sematary. Now this slipcover is actually from the re-release that they did on Blu-ray. They remastered the movie and all that for the 30th anniversary and for the release of the really bad remake that they did. But I actually previously had the first Blu-ray that they released. This first print, it was actually out of print when I went to go get it. So when I went to buy it, it was actually the cover art that had like a black and white cemetery on it, and it looked really generic, and I didn't like it. So I went on Amazon and I found the Canadian edition that had this cover art. That's why it's in French here. But this cover art, it looks like the movie, the way I used to love the movie, because it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I used to watch it all the time growing up. So I got this edition, but it was just a single disc. It wasn't restored, remastered. It was just like the basic catalog. But then once they released this special edition, I picked up that special edition. I saved the slipcover. I gave away the case to somebody else, so it would kind of have like this, almost like reversible artwork kind of a thing. You have your this and then pull it out and it's like a different cover. I think stuff like that's really cool. I know sometimes they do that with like Criterion and Arrow releases, Scream Factory and stuff. So I kind of like that aesthetic. I actually gave away the first disc and replaced it with the 30th anniversary one because, like I said, they remastered it, so I wanted that pristine edition of it. And then what I did is I just grabbed, I have Horrible Bosses on Blu-ray, and it was a 3-disc set because one disc was a DVD and the other disc was back when they used to put digital copies onto DVDs. So all I'm using is the Blu-ray from that movie, so I just swapped it out, got a 3-discer, and disc 1 is the movie on Blu-ray. Disc 2 is Pet Sematary 2, which I don't love, but I've kind of come around on. I used to full-on hate it. And then I actually did disc 3 is this Blu-ray. It's a documentary called Unearthed and Untold, The Path to Pet Sematary. Synapse Films put it out. It's really, really interesting. So I made a 3-disc set like that. And then what I did was after I bought the Synapse Films documentary, I just put that cover in as like reversible artwork. So it looks like a real like special edition, like a Scream Factory release almost, where you got like inside artwork, So that's kind of what I did with that, just because Pet Sematary is my favorite movie of all time, and I want to have a nice package of it, Oh god, I gotta put this back in. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my Blu-rays, but nothing else. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Next one I did was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I liked the movie a lot. I would say that I loved it, but it wasn't perfect. Most of my love for this movie comes for how big of a fan I was of the books growing up. It's really what sparked my interest in horror, was these books. So I want to give Scary Stories its own kind of special edition, even though it was released in just a single Blu-ray edition. So I did the kind of same thing I did with Pet Sematary, except for I saved the movie tickets from when we went and saw it. And then this was actually like a little piece of paper that came as a booklet, but I just shoved it in so it was like reversible artwork, and it's really cool because it's got some of the original Scary Stories artwork. So I stuck that in so it looks like reversible cover art, and then I did the same kind of thing where I have the Blu-ray, the DVD, and then this documentary of the books. It's all about like the books and the artwork in the books and stuff like that. So it ends up being, a normal title with just the normal amount of special features and stuff, but I've got this special edition that has its own 90-minute documentary about the books, It's just more of that kind of thing. It's what I really, really like to do with my favorite movies. Another thing I like to do is if like Reanimator. So sometimes you get movies that have different colored cases. Like this actually came from The Incredible Hulk. I don't really care for The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, but the Blu-ray came with the green. So I bought that Blu-ray at like a thrift store or something, and then I just sold it to another store, but I kept the case. I just swapped out the case. I actually keep like spare Blu-ray cases and stuff to do stuff like this. But you know, it goes really, really nice with the Reanimator artwork that's on the cover art. It looks like his, you know, vial is like blending into there. Really, really cool. So I like to do that. You know, if I can't like have a documentary or don't have enough to a 3-disc set or anything like that, just something like, you know, make it stand out because this is one of my favorite movies and it looks really, really cool with the green. My last example, and this is something I do. I don't know if it's illegal, but I think it's just smart. And what I do is so like I did the same thing with it, where I put a red case. I actually got this from Birdman. I like Birdman a lot, so I still own Birdman. I just put Birdman in a blue case, the standard blue case, but I put, I stuck this in so it goes with the whole clown red aesthetic and all that kind of stuff. It actually looks cool. The Blu-ray is like the same color red in there. It's all really nerdy shit, but I love this shit. And so I did that initially, but then around October, 2 years later, they re-released it with this nice slipcover, and I love the way this slipcover looks. So what I did, and it's got this opening here where the barcode would be, so what I did was I bought the movie, I took the slipcover off, and then I returned the movie to Walmart, keeping the slipcover. Now, is that less than legal? Did I technically steal the slipcover? Yes. But, I mean, Warner Brothers is a multi-trillion-dollar company. I don't think they're going to mind, and it's fine. And I'm better now because of it. So that's kind of what I do, just a quick idea of making my own special editions. I have a lot more examples, but those are like my favorite ones that I wanted to show off. So if you guys out there have a favorite movie and you have a documentary about the movie or an extra disc or a sequel or something, make your own special edition. It's cool. It's cool, especially like when you're going through your movies. You know, I don't know how you guys are, but I love to just go through my movies and like reorganize them and look at them and stuff if I'm not watching them. You know, I get really nerdy about this shit. And it's just cool to like, these movies that are really special to you have really special packaging. So that's the end of the motherfucking video.